Okay, we're underneath a 68 Mustang C4 transmission. A little quick tip, shift modulators. You can adjust how early or how late you shift on these things. It's got a vacuum hose to it. Every car is going to be a little different because it's operating off vacuum. This is going to be one of those trial and error kind of things. If you are not happy with the shifts, or if it's kind of gear hunting, like this car here is actually gear hunting. If you cruise at 30-35 mile an hour, it can't decide if it wants to stay in second or shift up to third or shift down to second. It keeps constantly going back and forth to second and third. So we're gonna make some adjustments on here and then go out for a test drive. Disconnect the vacuum line there. Now we're gonna use a little pocket screwdriver. These ones are super expensive. So for this particular car, I think it's shifting a little too early. So if I want to make it shift later, I'm going to turn the screw in. There's a little screw here on the modulator. Okay, so every car is going to be a little different here, but where I like to kind of set a ballpark for test driving, every car is going to be different. So I can turn this very easily right here. I can't feel any tension. So all of a sudden, boom, like right there, I can feel the spring tension. So once I feel that, I'm going to go a half a turn more, and then that's where I'm going to kind of start my test driving. From there, if I like how it shifts and it's not gear hunting, then I'm going to call it good. If it feels like it's shifting too early, I'm going to give it another half a turn, and then kind of go from there. So, but that's kind of how you would kind of adjust your shift modulator if you're experiencing some sort of issues with shifting. You would kind of want to start there. Okay, don't forget to connect your vacuum hose back up, and then let's go for a drive. Oh man, that's just nice and smooth. Seems to be right on time as well. I kind of want to just have a cruise at 30 or 35, kind of make sure it's not gear hunting anymore. Perfect. No. Exactly what you're supposed to do. That's exactly what we want. So, okay, well, yeah, if you're experiencing shifting problems, aside from checking your trans fluid, you could, check your shift modulator valve, and they can go bad too. It's a got a vacuum diaphragm on there, so you can put a hand vacuum pump on that thing, and just kind of see if it's, number one, still holding vacuum. Number two, make sure the line isn't leaking and it's still connected to your engine vacuum and your engine is producing enough vacuum. So yeah, just make sure there's vacuum supply to it. Make sure the valve itself is able to hold vacuum, it's not leaking, and then see if it's adjusted. So yeah, that's kind of like my rule of thumb is, like I was demonstrating, like you just kind of turn it in until you feel that tension, give it a half turn more. Some engines are going to need more because they just won't produce as much vacuum or whatnot, so we are in altitude where we're at, so I mean our engines produce a little less vacuum, so we need maybe a little more adjustment. So this particular car, I actually had to go back in and give it another half turn. So this one was one full turn in, from where you feel the spring tension. So, but that's a trial and error thing. But anyways, just thought I'd give you a quick tip. Shift vacuum shift modulators, transmissions, C4, C6, they probably get overlooked. So, but yeah, now we got ourselves a nice, smooth running 68.